welcome to another Animal Jam video. So today what I'm going to be doing is things that don't make sense in different worlds. So I'm going to be going to every little world and telling you guys, well, not world, but land, and I'm going to tell you guys like the things that don't really make sense. So let's begin. Also, stay tuned till the end of the video because I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Yeah. So let's begin. So we're going to start in Bahari Bay because I'm already underwater. I don't know why. But something that doesn't really make sense. There's a huge, starting triangle thing. But the land only ends here. The race cannot just be from here to here or from here to here. And plus, if we go through here, there might be animals coming down to swim here and you would crash in. So that's kind of not a good idea for this because there's not a lot of space for the dolphin race and it just doesn't make sense. So we're going to head into Connie Cove next. And in Connie Cove, what doesn't make sense is the sails. Now you might be thinking, oh, it's just the tide, get over it. No, if it was the tide and it would be moving the sails all the time, that means there would sometimes be, the bubbles would be moving this way. They'd be moving this way and not against the tide because bubbles are lighter than the sails. They would be moving closer to us because the tide is making the sails go that way. Jamaa are preparing for the Feast of Thanks. Visit the art student Coral Can and spinach, drawing a phantom as a turkey. But yeah, this doesn't make sense in Connie Cove. In the deep blue, some of you might know, but it's this. This doesn't make sense at all because if it was a volcano, it would not have any magma, aka lava, and if it's red, the only thing that is in volcanic eruptions is magma. And technically, usually in underwater volcanoes, there's no magma. As you can see, the magma would be coming out, but it's not. So this doesn't make sense. In the coral reef, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense, but I'm going to name only one. And technically, really, this is in flippers and fins. This is where the anglerfish come in. Anglerfish can't really survive in the light because they really actually survive underwater in the deep blue. That's why they sell in the deep blue. So it's kind of impossible for the anglerfish to live here and survive because it's too bright and they can't really absorb all this light. It's too much for them. And, it's not their natural way of living, so it's going to be too hard for them to live. Next, crystal sands. In crystal sands, what does not make sense is everything in the ocean. First of all, you're stepping in really deep water. You can't even see where it ends. That's how deep it is. That's why it's so dark, because it's so deep. And this leads to Bahari Bay. So if you go into Bahari Bay, this goes way down. So if we go to Crystal Sands, this doesn't make sense that we are actually standing basically on nothing. The flamingo also is standing on nothing because basically it really is dark over there. That means the water's pretty deep. That means the flamingo's leg all the way goes past the screen. It's supposed to be really long because if its leg is standing there, that's pretty impossible. In coral canyons, there's really some things, but not a lot. Here, this is impossible. The Wild Explorer's tent is a tent. So if there's wind, it's kind of not working out. Also, you can see the window over there that faces out there, and the cactus and the two cactus are almost next to the window, and really if you are standing right here and you're looking this way, you can't really see it. But if you go into here, you can see it, which is kind of impossible because it is out of reach. And as you can see, there's like a couple inches of space until the Wild Explorers tent becomes a cliff. And there's a lot of space from the edge here, so that doesn't make sense either. In Serapia Forest, there's a couple things. First is that there's a little phantom there. Logically, phantoms are not supposed to be here, and you know, if the phantoms are there, that means the alpha should have killed them by now, because really you can't have phantoms around here. It's just impossible. Also, there's a sign, the phantom sign, and there's just a tree. That also doesn't make sense. In Temple of Zaios, there's Falling Phantoms. Now, in the Falling Phantoms game, I mean, there's so much space, so you have to go into that jungle to play it. But we can't really go there. So how do we get to there? What, we secretly have to fly up a plane to get to there? I mean, that also looks like a lot of space. I mean, it goes past the building and all stuff like that. But really, if you play Falling Phantoms, there's only this much space and it looks much different. Also, if you leave the game and go back to Temple of Zaios, there's no volcano. It doesn't make sense. And Mount Chevere, oh my gosh, my eyes changed magically. Oh my gosh, there's a glitch. Look at my eyes. No. So in Mount Shiver, what doesn't make sense is that there's a huge dinosaur here, and you know, it's really cool and all, but it's stupid. First of all, why it is stupid, it's because why hasn't anyone dug it up and examined it? I mean, it could still be alive but frozen. I mean, there's such things that actually are like that. Or it might be dead, but it might be a new type of dinosaur species, you know? Place that in there and they don't get it out. There's no really, like, it's basically saying, as people who dig up dinosaurs, they see a huge pile of bones, like a humongous dinosaur just laying there. They dig it up, like, they dig, they find this, they just leave it there. That's basically the same thing as this. Doesn't make sense? Exactly. Doesn't make sense in real life, so why would it make sense in Animal Jam? Now in Apondel, here, you know, you could see Mount Chevere, but really it's past the tree. So the tree's over here and all the savanna's here, and it goes up, you know, over here, so you can't really see it when you go over here. But if you go up here, you can still see it. It doesn't make sense. And when you go past the tree, there's savanna. There's just little mountains. There's not the Mount Chevere that's over there. Doesn't make sense. In Kimbara Outback, you know, it's really dry. Over here on the map, there's only this little spot past the tree. But there's so much here. That's part of Kimbara Outback. This is all part of Kimbara Outback. Where is it? Cut off? And in Jamaa Township, as many others would say, I mean, they make it all sparkly on different occasions. They can't fix this. They can't fix these arches that are apparently falling apart. Doesn't make sense, does it? No, it doesn't. So for the giveaway, I'm going to be giving away some amazing eyeballs. So I'm giving away an eyeball hat, and it's not much. So yeah, going to be giving away. So to win this eyeball hat, you must tell me if you remember or not remember down below. What's your username, obviously, and what was the weirdest not logical thing that you saw here. I mean, there are a lot of not logical things, but Animal Gem's gotta make it clear. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye!